Say hi! Bonjour de Paris! Hi guys, we are in Paris. We are having a great time. It's our first stop on the International World Tour. By the way, before we get started, we have a new segment that we're going to be putting into all of our videos going forward to try to give you guys our insight and the tips and things that we've learned while we're traveling that might help you if you ever go to any of these destinations. So we're going to call it one pro, one con, and one budget tip. It'll be the one thing that we weren't expecting that is a pro for the destination, a good positive thing that we weren't expecting, one thing that we maybe were surprised about in a negative way, and that will be the con, and then one thing we learned from a budget standpoint on how to maybe save a little bit of money. You know, we've learned and we're trying to pass that learnings on to you. So that's kind of going to be a new segment that we're going to put into every video.
Yeah. So should we flew direct from Detroit to Paris, and the flight was Liesel's first overseas flight, and we were very nervous, as we mentioned in previous Instagram posts and videos, but she did awesome.
She did really well. She actually slept for about 4 of the 8 hours, which was amazing. She was intrigued by the seatbelt.
We told her that we were having a sleepover on the airplane, and she just thought that was so exciting, so she watched a couple movies and then fell right asleep.
Yeah, she had fun running around the airport too. Before we left Detroit, and once we landed in Paris, she was just running around. So
yeah,
got to get all of her wiggles out before we get on the plane.
Yeah, so one flight down, a few more to go, but the first one was a really great experience.
Yep.
Thanks, Liesel.
Yeah, thank you, Lulu.
All right, what was your favorite thing that we have done in Paris?
Oh, my favorite thing was definitely the Eiffel Tower at night. So we went during the day, and it was very pretty and very crowded and very hot. So, but we did go at night, and we're all jet lagged a little bit. Liesel had been staying up pretty late, so we thought let's go to the Eiffel Tower. Let's watch. They have every hour on the hour for about 5 minutes. The whole tower twinkles. So we got there about a half hour before it was going to twinkle. We set up our little picnic. The place was relatively crowded, but not nearly like the daytime. Everybody was just hanging out with their blankets and bottles of wine or juice.
Super chill.
Juice.
Sorry, I missed that. Sometimes as parents, we have a vision of what a perfect evening looks like with our kid, and we picture something and build it up so high in our minds. And this actually was one of them. And now I'm gonna cry. Yeah. Do you like how it lights up? Yeah. We just have to wait, and then something really special is gonna happen after. Pretty. Eiffel Tower pretty? It was awesome. She was super impressed by the Eiffel Tower. She had fun staying out late with Mom and Dad.
Yep.
We were able to relax a lot. She had a slinky, so she was entertained.
Yeah, and she could run around. It was a big grassy park area.
And not a ton of people.
And we had snacks, and Liesel loved it. And when the Eiffel Tower started twinkling, she'd say, "Eiffel Tower sparkly." So
she would go, more sparkles, please.
Yeah, so it was my favorite thing. It was really laid back and relaxed. You could tell that there were tourists there, but you could tell there were locals there as well.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing?
Okay, so other than that, my other favorite thing was walking through the hills and the side streets of Montmartre, which I think I said correctly.
Montmartre. Sorry, we are totally butchering it. So for any French speakers out there, we apologize.
Sorry. But that was my favorite part, because walking through the side streets, that's when I really fell in love with Paris and all the little alleys and unknown hidden gems.
Yeah.
Everything was just so picturesque and charming, and it was also a little hilly and kind of old, so it reminded me of San Francisco and back at home.
Yeah.
So we really loved that too.
Yeah, that was great. Lots of cool old architecture and cool flowers, flower boxes.
Yeah, just a really nice relaxing little walk through the town, and I actually liked it so much that the next morning I went for a run back up to the same spot so I could explore a little bit more.
Yeah, gotta get your exercise in. As if the metro steps weren't enough.
The PCB. One pro, one con, one budget tip.
Okay, so now it's time for one pro, one con, and one budget tip.
Yeah.
So the pro was?
Lots of green space.
Yes.
Paris has lots of parks, lots of gardens, lots of good places for toddlers to get their wiggles out and for moms and dads to relax.
Yeah, that was awesome. We were surprised, and we stayed in a neighborhood that had a bunch of big parks around it, and so the very first day we got there, we were jet lagged, but we just walked around, got fresh air, and explored. Liesel had a great time. One
con was the stairs in the metro system.
The amount of stairs.
The number of stairs, and the fact that there's no elevators.
Yeah.
I got a backpack, stroller. So this is the typical us getting on the metro.
Getting into the city with all of our luggage and out of the city with the luggage, we had two 50-pound suitcases, two backpacks, Liesel, and a stroller, and so we were a little bit unprepared for that. Not a negative thing, but just so you guys know that there's a lot of stairs in the metro, not always an escalator, and rarely an elevator, so just be prepared.
I think day to day it was pretty manageable, like because we just had the backpack, the stroller, and the baby. But coming from the airport, if we were going to do it again, I maybe would just take an Uber from the airport rather than taking the train to the metro.
Yeah, it was even at the airport, the train station at the airport, like two of the escalators were out.
Yeah, lots of stairs.
But anyways, anyways, that was like the only big con, and it wasn't really that bad, just an unexpected thing that we had to deal with.
Yep. What about a budget tip?
One good budget tip. So, Paris is very expensive, but wine and cheese for a decent quality is actually pretty inexpensive at the supermarket. However, everywhere we went, beer was actually pretty pricey. Well, what we did the wrong way was that when Liesel would fall asleep in the stroller, we would go, hey, let's go to a cafe, let's sit down, let's enjoy ourselves, let's grab a drink, let's grab some snacks. And that added up really quickly. So our budget tip is, if your child is there and falls asleep in the stroller, and you want to have a snack, go to the grocery store, buy a bottle of wine, buy some cheese, some meats, some bread, and go to one of those open green spaces, one of those parks, and have your own picnic. It's not really frowned upon to have open alcohol containers in Paris from what we saw, and you'd save a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So.
One other thing that we haven't talked about yet is we had a meetup this week.
We did. We had an awesome meetup with The World Awaits Leslie. It's a family of 4 from Florida, and they are currently traveling the world. They started in Europe as well, and they were in the UK for a while, in Ireland for a while, and now they're in France for a while, and they're moving through Europe. We met them in one of the gardens that's really pretty, and we had a great time. We had one of those picnics that we were talking about. We both brought a bottle of wine, we both brought cheeses and meats and bread.
And the kids got to run around.
The kids got to run around.
That was great.
And we got to just talk about our adventures and get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Leslie and family, Izzy, Max,
and Jeff. We had an awesome time.
We had such a great time with you guys. So thank you so much, and happy travels, and we hope to see you guys again out on the road.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate all your support and love, and we hope to make these videos as educational and as fun as possible. So leave a comment if there's anything else that we could be sharing with you that you would like to know. Leave a comment if there's something we do that you don't like.
Yeah.
We're open to constructive criticism.
We like the feedback.
Yeah, so thanks so much, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Kiss.
Aw.